Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You know, when it comes to achievements, when it comes to like aura, when it comes to deen, when it comes to school, when it comes to proficiency, when it comes to when you've got it like that, when it comes to cooking, when it comes to fitness, when it comes to athletics, when it comes to sports, there's levels. There's levels, man. There's levels, man. There's levels. Like we've all experienced it. Like we know that it's there. We know maybe one or two people who are so exceptional at what they do. And it's like and it's like it's radiating. It's just I love speaking to those kind of people who have something that they're just so good at, you know. Even if I'm not that interested in it, but it's like they just have a thing and they just put it into it. And I think that's more rare nowadays compared to back in the day, like in our parents' time when, or even our parents, when there's less options to do things. You know, your dad was a carpenter, you're probably going to be a carpenter. Your dad is I don't know, he's an engineer, you'd probably be an engineer or like a plumber, you know, because there's not much. It's hard for people to learn things, to transfer skills, you know. When it's in the family, it's easier to just learn from your parents and things like that. Unlike now when we have so much technology, so much things like that. But I think that's kind of like the sad part. It's like there's so many options that people don't just pick one anymore, really anymore. People usually people usually they pick multiple things, including me. Like I have this. I mean, I'm not don't do much on this, but like I have this. I play football sometimes. You know, I I go to school. You know, I want to learn two languages. You know, I want to read more books outside of school, but I also want to excel in school. I already said school, but there's passing and then there's excelling, right? There's levels to everything, and then it's kind of like a skill tree. You only have, let's say, 10 skill points. You can't invest deep into like a assassin class. You can't get the 2000 blade strike with freaking 100% uh hidden whatever, like shadow whatever. You can't you have like freaking the basic move of like 10 classes, which can be okay, but I think tightening it towards something, into something that converges more, or some, I don't want to, I don't know. I mean, they say that it's the classic. It's like the master of all is, or the practitioner of all is the master of none, or something like that. Someone who's just spread out so thin. But on the inverse, they say don't put all your eggs in one basket. I think so. Becoming a specialist is good, but it can also be detrimental. But it's like that will get the most outputs. Being a maximalist, I think somewhere in the middle. Like, look, everybody can be number one in everything, or like can every, or let's say this actually, people can be number one in something, but I don't think there's even. I don't think everybody can be a number one at one thing, but you can be top 20, top 100, top 1000 at like three things. So like being a polymath, I think that's something that could be more. Like while I'm thinking this, I'm thinking, oh yeah, I also wanted to learn coding. Like I low key kind of want to, but like that's such like a secondary, tertiary, quaternary goal. That's like not even in the scope. But why not? Right. But anyway, so being a polymath of like three things, being top 1000, it's more feasible, and then that makes you unique in a way. In fact, that is actually more interesting than someone who's just into one thing. Yeah. I kind of strayed from a point. Like, I wanted to talk about how there's levels to things, which is true. But I also wanted to just talk about actually just committing to things instead of just tipping your toes and it gets harder, you leave. How about what happened to when we were younger, when we just did things because they were fun? We just did things because they're interesting. They sparked our interest. It's not because it was homework or something like that. What happened to learning? What happened to being engaged? You know, what happened to just reading books? It's so cringe. What happened to the political state of the economy? Why don't we check that stuff? Why don't we all become monks? And no, but it's like, what happened to just the fun? Like, the challenge is the fun in a way. The running away and then the pulling back. The second I get out, they pull me back in. I had to say the Sopranos quote. Was it Sopranos? I don't know. I swear it's Sopranos. I had to say anyway, but what happened to that? What happened to me? Like, what happened to you? What happened to us? We need to get back. We need to return back. We need to return back. Because honestly, the best motivation has never been, it's so temporary. The best motivation has never been, oh, because I need the thing. Like, I want to learn two languages. I actually need them for things. Like, okay, I want to learn Polish because I'm here in Poland, and when I want to speak to patients, it's better for me to know Polish because most of them speak Polish. Most of them, yeah, and even outside of the hospital, like, most of them speak Polish. And it's like, it feels better. Like, I don't know. When I converse with them in Polish, like, it just feels better. Even though I barely know any, but it still feels better. So, like, I need it, but I also just want it. Most of my friends don't care. There was 2.5 years left. We're out, you know. There's no reason to really care. But for me, I want to learn it. And it is kind of interesting, especially in those moments when I just want to be able to say something that I want to say. And, yeah. Or kind of learning Arabic, actually. Arabic, I also need it because I'm a Muslim and I want to be able to understand the Quran without going to translations. And I want to seek knowledge, well, through the more sophisticated Arabic books. And of course, I've been learning, like, but you just have to commit. It's challenging, but it's fun in a way, you know? The headache that you get is kind of part of it. It's kind of what we're looking for. If you're not challenging yourself, you're kind of dead. Like, if you're literally not getting challenged, homeostasis is not being counteracted. If homeostasis is not being counteracted, then are you even living? There is no point of having energy if the energy is not even being used. You might as well be a pile of dirt. Even dirt is more active than you, for God's sake. Like, than me. Like, that's how I feel sometimes. Like, sometimes I just feel like you want to avoid all the work, it's hard, it's boring, oh, it's weird. It's boring, but it's also challenge. Like, it's not boring. It's just hard. Boring is cap. That's cope. It's not boring, actually. It's actually not boring. It's cope. Yeah. I think it's better to an actionable something that, like, I actually literally tell myself is, what do I want from life? What do you want from life? What do you want? Do you only have one life? Why are you running every single day? You're running, but it's your one life. What are you running from? What are you, like, okay, you run and then you just, what is the point? That's why I feel stagnated sometimes. Highly underutilized potential. Highly. Bro, just do it. Just have fun. Like, just do it. Do the challenging thing. Like, on the other side, you never regret doing the work. Never, never, ever, never. Never. And if you do, just stop and do something else that's interesting. Like, I'm actually pissed. How much life has been wasted just by not doing stuff because you're scared. And don't cope saying you're not scared. You're scared. That's why you're not doing it. Why are you scrolling? You don't want to scroll. Stop. You don't want to. Maybe for like 15 minutes, and after that, even for like 5 minutes, it's like, what am I doing here? I'm just arguing with people. Like, it's like, what is that? What is, like, oh my god. Stop coping. You're scared. Just move. Just move. It's like talking to someone you've never talked to before for the first time. You know, breaking the ice. It's always awkward. It's always awkward. You know, even if you're the most chill guy, it's like still awkward. Break that ice every single time. Break it. I don't believe I've met the most interesting person I've ever met, like there is to meet in my life yet. I don't think I've experienced the most interesting thing, the most in my life yet. But why does life feel like it's plateaued? Because I'm not challenging myself. Because you're not challenging yourself. That's when life gets boring. It's like, you know, you have the time, the potential, you have all this, but you also have all the excuses that you've been using that just work, you know, like, I'm tired, oh, I have a thing then, and I barely any more time left, you know, it's already 9 o'clock, it's like basically the next day, and like, but then you just go in your bed and you scroll, you just waste time, or you just watch a YouTube video you don't even care about, you don't even remember, it's not even interesting. There are YouTube videos that are interesting. Like this one. This one's interesting. But the videos are interesting. And then it's like, you don't even remember. It doesn't change how you move. It's just entertainment that just distracts you. Even though it's enjoyable, you know, until it's not. And it's like, it doesn't have to be this hyper, oh yeah, every single thing. But like, more of it. It's how much. It's not about only. How much are you going towards it? It's not about only going. Yes, it's better. But like, is it better? Like, both is good. You know, relax when you want, but like, be honest when you're not really relaxing. You're just running away from what you need to do, what you know you need to do. You know, and then tying everything together and just bringing the intention, bringing the reasons why you do it. Things like being healthy, you know, studying hard, the fitness, the deen. You gotta bring it all back to the deen. That's like the anchor to your soul, you know. Because even all those things I mentioned, they're related to the deen. If you believe God is the creator, everything you do is under his realm. So why not worship him while you do it? Why not make your intentions help you in this life and the next? You only have one life in this life, in the dunya, but you still have life on the after. But why not maximize here? You're still human. You still want things. Stop running. Stop running from your destiny. I love that quote. Stop running from your destiny. But it won't be your destiny if you keep running. It's hard to understand destiny because it's simultaneous. Like, there's two frames. There's God's frame, which we can't even conceptualize because it's not our frame. It's not our frame. We can only conceptualize smaller frames, and like, they have to be adjacent with our frame. Still, we can't fully understand pigs' frames or like donkeys' frames because we kind of see like other animals, and like, they're just simpler to us than us because they have certain like animalistic. Okay, simple. But God's frame is like above, and He tells us about how we can change our destiny through prayer. But prayer is not fully effective without action towards it. Still, study like you don't pray and pray like you don't study. That's what my mom used to tell me. Alhamdulillah, she's still alive. She still tells me. Allah let her live long. I mean, When will you stop running? When? Will you ever stop running? Because there are people who fail. People who I don't like, but just describe. Think about who people who fail. I don't like describing those people, but like, just yeah, I don't like the vibes, and I don't like talking. I feel like I'm thinking of things, but like the person, it's just a concept. But I just feel like I'm talking down to people because I feel like everybody can do well, but but statistically, literally everybody is not going to do well. Literally everybody is not going to do well. What is well is relative to everybody not doing well. But of course, you can have your own standard, but still, it's still relative, but it's still pretty similar. Like, let's be honest. Let's be honest. There are levels, and what changes those levels is the persistence, is the drive, is the reasons, and the reasons of just it's interesting, it's fun, it brings me closer to God. It's this like I don't know, Hope Max. I don't know. Hope Max. Like, I just want to learn. I just want to grow. I just want to challenge. Let's just go, bro. We're all gonna make it, man. You need that. I ain't gonna lie, like that's it. Because every other, I mean, not every other friend, but like, just think of something. But like, okay, yeah, your life might suck. Yeah, you might have this disease. Yeah, you might have this condition. Yeah, you might have this outside of your body condition. Yeah, you might have this. Someone's telling you this. Maybe someone's pushing you down. Maybe you have this job. Maybe you have these people that maybe you've been running away for 10 years, 50 years, 100 years, 2 billion years. You've just been running, you're running. But every single opportunity is an opportunity to make the right decision. Every single opportunity. You're still alive. You're still alive. You still have the chance. You're still alive. People die at 22. People die at 22. But then that's when the chances end. But people die at 23. So I could still have a year. But people die every day. You still have a chance as long as you're alive. And being in that frame of building, of growing, of soaring towards the bigger, just the pursuit. It's the human in me. It's the pursuit. It's not even the goal. It's the pursuit. It's challenging. I'm growing. I'm fighting against a sedentary state. I'm increasing the variance of my dynamic steady state. I'm increasing my baseline in anything. It just it's like when your muscles are aching after the gym, after you've worked out. It's like you feel like you're growing, even though it aches. It's like but like you're happy that it's sore. That's what it is. That's the goal, to be sore, stay sore. There's a sweetness in it. There's like I am growing, I'm changing, I'm becoming what I want to be, and that's enough. In fact, in 30 seconds, you can be in that. You can be in that. Yes, I'm growing. I'm becoming the next part. I'm proliferating. Your cells continue to proliferate. So with this new mindset, with this like increased outlook, increased movements, increased decisions, the new cells that are growing are exuding that, and then as the old cells die off and get replaced by those new cells, you're literally becoming a new person. I just thought of that right now. I'm cooking. But yeah, like you literally become a new person. Like even like your literal brain cells, like neuroplasticity and that, like even if you're past 25 and your prefrontal cortex is already developed, you can still change. But yeah, oh, they have so much energy. Because I'm passionate. Like this is coming from like when I laugh, it's like this is what I've been thinking about. This is true, Laughter comes from a place of truth. Never stop growing, man. There's levels, and you want to reach those. You want to see those heights. We want to see those heights. I want to see those heights. We will see those heights. Inshallah. 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 And when you really break it down, it's really simple. It's just, it's like you're treading. You got a rucksack in your bag and you're just walking. But like, lift your head up, just go, roll with it. You know, that's where you want to be. That's where I want to be. Continuously just breaking down that little nervousness, that little uncomfortability, you know. That little silent moment, those extra silent moments, they add up. Contemplation, less, I won't say less speaking, but like less outward output and more input, but with intellectual output, with you're building upon yourself. You're going to somewhere that's new, not just recycling what you already know. Life, man. So much to explore. There's not enough to explore. There's so much to learn, to see, to like to people to meet. I like Hope Core. Hope Core. Yeah. I hope you start to move forward. Move forward, move forward, move forward. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.